Hi, everyone. It's a historic moment, not just for Harvard University, but for all of humanity, dare I say, because our dear friend, Dr. Sparsha Saha at Harvard, is just launching a brand new course. This is a historic moment because of the nature of this course. As you saw, it's called The Great Food Transformation. And Sparsha is the only political scientist, empirical political scientist, who does research on animal rights and politics and food systems and how they're all interconnected. So Sparsha, thank you so much. And I must say that it's a great honor for the Versa Foundation and the JIVINITI Research Program to be an official partner with Harvard in contributing to your course. Please tell us, what can students expect in session one?
Oh, Nivi, thank you so much for hosting me and for being such a big part of the course. Session one is really where I will be introducing students to the syllabus and kind of taking them through a journey of what we're going to talk about. And what's really unique about this course is that these topics may seem really sort of disconnected, but actually they're not. And what we eat, what we kind of put on our plates every day, 3 times a day, is connected to so many different outcomes. It's connected to politics. It's connected to environmental impact. It's connected to our health. It's connected to human and non-human ethics. So as you can see just right there, that gives you a sense of the scope of the course and just how many different topics are connected to it. So I will be sort of kicking things off by giving students a bit of a snapshot of all of those different topics. For the environment, for instance, one of the unique contributions of the course is to really fit food under the planetary boundaries model of Stefan and an international team of scientists who developed an understanding of the planet's very delicate system that keeps it safe. It's a kind of what do we need to keep the same to make sure that it's a safe space for humans to live in. And so there's 9 planetary boundaries, right, that humans, we should not kind of go over. And it turns out we've exceeded 4 of them. And animal agriculture is central kind of in all of those 4. Another one we'll also talk about is water use, which at the global level, we haven't exceeded water use, but water is one of those things where we need to look regionally. And when we look regionally, we find that animal agriculture is making humans exceed what's safe for water use in at least 3 areas in the world: middle of the US, central US, northern India, and China. Yeah. So we'll talk about the environment. For health, we're going to be talking about non-communicable and communicable diseases. So for communicable ones, we'll talk about how the emergence of zoonotic diseases is absolutely tied to the growing demand for meat and the intensification of animals in a space. So we're doing this both with wildlife, and of course we do this with farm animals as well. And I don't think many scientists would be surprised if the next big pandemic comes from a farm. For ethics, we're going to be talking about human ethics and non-human ethics. So we'll talk about what animals go through in this awful system of industrialized animal agriculture. This is these factory farms, which many of us know are not kind to animals and do not protect the welfare of animals. We'll also talk about human ethics. So we'll go over how it is minoritized communities that are disproportionately bearing the costs of intense animal agriculture. Following this, we'll kind of shift and we'll talk about policies, food policies, and food politics. So as Nivi mentioned, I am the only empirical political scientist I am aware of who kind of studies meat politics using experiments. So we're going to think a little bit about how voters would react to this issue. So we'll talk a lot about that, about concentrated interests in the US. So my focus is mainly US, but what's so amazing about many of the speakers that we're going to be bringing in, and Nivi is one of them. So Nivi's going to be taking a week and taking us on a journey through what's going on in India. We have Yi Jian, who will talk about China. We have TJ Bradford, who's going to be talking about sort of the science of growing plants from soil, and Seb Alex from Lebanon, who will be talking about animal rights. So we're bringing in these amazing speakers in that third unit who are going to be sharing their perspective. And a lot of that is going to be global as well. So I'll take the students through that as quickly as I can, and then we'll talk about the challenge lab. So this is a Mindich course, which means it's engaged. So that means that's why I'm bringing in so many speakers, and it's also why there's this experiential learning component of the course. So students, instead of sitting in section and just talking about things, which is very useful, and students will be doing that in the course, you also are going to be partnered with an external organization. So it might be a political office, or it might be a nonprofit like Nivi's, or it might be something like a company as well. So we have some companies on board as well. And so these organizations have kind of run into a problem, right? They need some help. And so student teams will be partnered with these organizations, and throughout the course of the semester, the students will be engaged with them to hand over a deliverable that helps that organization with a problem that they're having. So it's really involved. It's a great way to learn about the networks that are involved in this issue area, if this is something you're thinking about in your career, and even just generally understanding that connection across levels between among the nonprofit world, institutions, individuals, and so much more.
That is perfect. And since we also mentioned in the intro about Plant Futures Initiative, Sparsha, could you share a little bit about them and how they're contributing to your course?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Plant Futures Initiative, which is this awesome program that's based at UC Berkeley, their executive director is Samantha Derrick, and she, I think the three of us have really been a team in many ways, working at the institutions and across different levels, sort of on this issue. But they kickstarted this Challenge Lab, and so this Challenge Lab is a Harvard Plant Futures collaboration between two institutions on this topic, I believe, for the first time. And Plant Futures Initiative does amazing work connecting students to that really important pipeline of work that is going on in the sector. And what I love about Plant Futures Initiative is how inclusive and broad their work is. And this is what really attracted me to them, attracted me to wanting to work with them. They're just absolutely phenomenal. So they include animal rights under their umbrella. They include health. They include the environment. They talk about food waste. Really, it's for them, and I think this is the exact same spirit I embody. This is an issue where we should think big, right? Instead of thinking narrow, instead of thinking small, and really include everything that falls under it. And that's what Plant Futures Initiative does.
That is stunning. Sparsha, congratulations again for this amazing course, and thank you so much. We will be doing more such sessions with you, and sharing bites as the course unfolds during the semester. And thank you so much for your time to do this with us, and to share with the general audience, even outside of Harvard, all the amazing work that you're doing.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Nivi.
Thank you so much. Can't wait to hear more.
See you next time.
See you next time.